UFM. You and I with ياسر العلياني. You and I.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Hello and welcome again to your favorite show presented by your beloved host Yasser on UFM. It is finally Thursday, guys. It's the weekend. It's Thursday. As you guys got used to, we need to start Thursday with a good vibe. And like I told you last week, guys, make your own day yourself. Don't let anyone make your day for you. Just make it yourself. You know, when someone does something to you and you'll be like, oh my God, you made my day. I'm so happy now. No. Okay, this is something good, but hey, if you don't have that person, just go ahead and make your day your own self. Guys, before we dig deep into our subjects today and our categories, as you guys got used to, we have some cool stuff, strange stuff. But before that, let me just remind you of our contact information. If you want to participate, you are most welcome to call our direct number 0811-09999. Let me repeat that again, 0811-09999. You can also use the same number, guys, on our WhatsApp if you like. Same number, 081111099999. Just write us whatever question you have, whatever thing you want to participate at. Just go ahead. But the most important part is for you guys to call. We want you guys to call. You're going to tell me why. Why call when I can text? I'll be like, okay, calling is participating and practicing your English, because when you write, it's different than speaking. And the point here, guys, is I want you guys to listen, and at the same time I want you guys to speak. So speaking is one part of learning English or learning any language you want to. So yeah, I really appreciate it if you guys call. If you want to participate in our subjects, go ahead, do so. If you do not want to, it's fine. We can just chat. You can ask me any question you want to know, and I'll be willing to answer that question. So, guys, today is actually interesting. It's a really nice subject. You guys know I'm a movie geek. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm really a movie geek, and I'm a tech geek at the same time. But when it comes to movies, I really appreciate movies. I mean, there's something else. And in my opinion, how do I know if someone I'm sitting next to or someone I'm talking to is actually a movie person, or he's actually someone I would really love to like get recommendations from, is when he is not that interested in action movies. Why? Because, I mean, come on, Majid, why did you give me the look, man? It's serious. If someone's talking about action movies, there's no storyline. There's nothing. I mean, okay, I know it has a lot of production and a lot of CGI work into it, but hey, I'm a guy who likes storyline. I want to give me something amazing. Give me a storyline. Give me something emotional. Give me something that plays with my feeling. Let me go in that story. Let me live the story with you. But in action movies, they don't have that much of a storyline in it. It's just about two people fighting. At the end, one of them will win. Most likely the hero will win and the villain will lose. That's it. If there's a second series, the villain will win the first time, and then the next series, actually, sorry, I lost it there. So yeah, the other person will win, and this is why I'm not into action movies. Honestly, the best movies I am into is the drama movies. Oh my God, drama movies are so amazing, guys. It is so amazing. Just give it your time. I know there's not much of excitement in it. There's no fighting, there's no car chasing, there's no gunshots, there's nothing. But hey, there is an actual story that you feel. There's an actual story that you feel, and a lot of drama movies are actually based on true stories. So watching drama movies is actually amazing and interesting. Let me tell you what are we going to talk about today and why I was talking about movies this much, because I told you when it comes to movies, I really want to watch movie in a really good movie setup place, in a really good movie place. Why do they have cinemas? Why do they have those movie theaters all over the world? It's because when you go there and you watch a movie in a movie theater, it's a whole different level. It's a whole nother level when it comes to the screen size, when it comes to the soundproof, when it comes to the actual sound, the speakers, everything. I mean, the popcorn as well. It is nice and it is interesting. So what are we going to talk about today is how do you build your own home theater? How do you build your own home theater? Because it is nice. It is interesting. Building your own home theater is something nice. I know it's not like the actual theaters where you see like the new latest movies up there. You won't have that in your home, but you will have the same experience. You can live the same experience there. So yeah, that is what are we going to talk about today. Before we talk about it, I want to tell you guys, I know you probably think right now that this is too expensive to make. I'm going to tell you a couple of secrets. It is actually not that expensive. It is expensive when you go to someone or some company and you're like, I want to build a home cinema, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, we're going to provide everything, the bill, the projector, the sound, blah, blah, blah. In that case, you'll end up paying a huge amount of money. But if you do it your own self, separate things, believe me, you will end up having something cheaper than you expected with the same quality as the expensive one. So, ladies and gentlemen, prepare your bank accounts if you really want to make a home theater, but we're going to talk more about it. And like I told you, we're going to talk about how to build a home theater after we finish our first break. So stay tuned.
You and I on UFM. You and I. You and I. UFM.
Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back to your favorite show, You and I, presented by me, your beloved host, Yasser. And as you guys got used to, we talk about movies every weekend, but today we'll still talk about movies, but I'm gonna talk about how to build a home theater. Why? Because I'm a guy who likes home theaters. I like theaters in general, but having a home theater is something different. I kind of built a home theater for one of my friends, and I have a semi-home theater as well in one of my in my office, actually, which is really nice, guys. And this is why I'm telling you it is not as expensive as you guys expect. But if you guys have a home theater, or if you guys really want to get a home theater, I really recommend you guys listen to these tips or these steps that we're going to talk about right now. But before that, again, if you guys want to participate, you are most welcome to call us on our direct number 0811110999. That's 4 1s and 4 9s. 0811110999. Okay, guys, here we go. The first thing to do, or the first step to do, is actually easy and simple, and that is choosing a location. Either you want this build to be in your house or somewhere else. It depends. You choose your location, but I really recommend that if you're doing this in your house, I really recommend that you guys choose a place or a room that is actually a little bit separate or a little bit far away from the interior of the house, because when it comes to movies, everything's gonna be loud, so you don't want to annoy your, let's say, neighbors, or you don't want to annoy the people in the house, whether your parents or whatever. So yeah, choosing a location is really nice, and actually there's an ideal space for it as well. You don't want it to be a really small room. you really don't want it to be a really small room. Like in my opinion, I see the best room to be is for a set of, let's say, 7 to 8 people. That would be really amazing. 7 to 8 people, maybe 6 if your room is not that big. 6 would be fine, but less than 6, I'm like, no. So let's say at least 3 first row and 3 second row. 6 people, that would be great. Or 8 for first row, 4 second row. Depends on how big the room is. But yeah, you need to choose a really good location. And like I said, you want it to be as further as possible from any place it can annoy people, whether people in your house or people outside your house. The second thing is actually really important, is to frame and isolate. Framing and isolating. This is really important, guys. You need to frame the room and you need to isolate the sound coming in or out of it. Coming out of it is the more important thing. Isolating, let's talk a little bit here about isolating. Isolating is something we all know that is really expensive. If we want to have, let's say, a soundproof room, it's something really expensive. But once you get to know the actual concept of soundproofing, you will know that there are some like light materials that you can get, like you can actually go buy some foam, let's say a almost 2 or 3 meter thick foam. You can take that and just place it on the wall and just cover it with any black sheet, or cover it with let's say a board, let's say a wooden board. If you're one of those guys, just cover it with wooden board and then paint that board as if it's a wall. That's how to get soundproof. This is a simple way. I'm talking about the simplest way, guys. I personally know, and I personally did, but there is a lot of different ways out there, a lot of different ways you can do. But yeah, isolating is really important. Just frame your room whatever you want. Just put, let's say, separate them all over the place, or you can do a full wall made of foam, or you can just put some squares, some small squares all over the room, and the corners. Focus on the corners, because the corners are actually one of the most important part, because echo usually comes from corners more than it comes from a plain wall. So yeah, corners, you can just don't make it a sharp corner. Just change it with foam. Put, let's say, a curvy corner with foam and just stick it to the wall. It's simple, guys. You can just glue it. That's it. Just put some glue and glue the foam to the wall, and the foam is not actually that heavy, so glue will actually hold it. So just get foam. This is the simplest way. Just get foam, cover it with sheet, or cover it with a board, and that's it. As simple as that. Because eventually, when it comes to movies, you don't want to hear some echo when you're watching a movie, and you don't want to annoy the people outside listening to what you're actually, or hearing what you're actually listening to. This is something you do not want to do. Something also important is pre-wire your surrounding sound. Pre-wire your surrounding sound, especially if you're actually soundproofing and you're having the foam all over the place. You want to pre-wire your wirings behind that foam, because you don't want the people to see it. So just pre-wire it behind that foam, and everything will work perfectly and easy. This is it. But something important I usually do is I try to take each wire, I try to make different colors for each wire, so I can know that, okay, this wire is for this wire is for this. Because once you're doing some sounding and you're also going to have a projector and a lot of wires are going to be in there, you don't want to be messed up and like, oh, what is this wire? Or you're going to just walk with the wire until you reach its actual position and you know what this wire is for. So you don't want to do that. So just pre-wiring behind the foam, if you got foam, or behind the actual wooden board, if you did that, just pre-wire and color those wires to whatever color suits you, and to know which color is for which. The second step is actually having a video projector. Okay, let's talk a little here. Video projectors. I know you guys are used to those old video projectors where they just let's say do a PowerPoint in a meeting in your office or meeting at your job, and you see these, let's say, pixels. It's not that clear. There are pixels all over the place and it's not that clear. This is old school, guys. This is old school. Nowadays, it's different. It's different. There are home theater projectors. There are 4K projectors. There are 6K projectors. There are some short throw projectors, long projectors. A lot of projectors are out now, guys. There are even 3D projectors. And they are not that expensive. You have a lot of companies to choose from, literally a huge amount of companies to choose from. And projectors are really simple. The only thing I really want you guys to care about is the lumen on that projector. There's something called lumen, and that is the light coming out of projector. There is actually a life for it, and that lumen, and it counts by lumens. So the more it is, the better and the longer life your projector will be. But also keep in mind that this is going to be a home theater room, so you're not going to be playing, the projector won't be playing whole every day. It's not going to be playing 24 hours a day for, let's say, 7 days a week. No, it's only going to be played, let's say, if you're a weekend guy, for example, and you how many movies are you going to watch in the weekend? Let's say four movies. If you're actually a movie geek, maybe 4 movies, 2 movies Thursday, 2 movies Friday. So yeah, each movie is like 2 hour long. So it's not something you're going to be watching for, it's not something that's going to be played for a long time. So yeah, don't care about lumens. If it says, let's say for example, if it's 100-hour lumen, for example, or sorry, not lumens. If it's 100-hour projector play, for example, 100-hour, if you separate that into 2 hours a day, you're going to be having almost around 4 months. I'm not that good at math, but probably almost around 4 to 5, maybe a year. Maybe it could reach up a year if you don't watch every 4 movies every weekend. If you only watch one, it's gonna end up having you for a year, maybe even more than a year. So don't focus too much on how long the projector's life is, because you're not gonna play it 24 hours a day. I am so excited here, guys, because you don't know how much I like movies, man, and how much I like having a movie theater at your house, guys, home cinema. It's something crazy. It's something really crazy, especially the reaction of your friends when they come and they see the setup, and you're like, oh, let's have a movie night at Yasser's house. They'll be like, oh yeah, he have a movie setup. It's gonna be amazing. And it's something different. It's something different, guys. So yeah, I really recommend you guys. I want you to live this experience. The 5th thing we're gonna talk right now is pre-wiring lighting, because obviously in any home theater or in any theater in general, it's always dark. It's always dark. There's no lights in it. But at the same time, maybe at your home, you want, let's say, that star roof, for example. A lot of people like the sky roof or the star roof. Some call it sky, some call it star. But they like the star roof. So it's something romantic, and it's something, it doesn't ruin watching the movie, it doesn't ruin the experience, but at the same time it gives it a whole nother level of feeling. It makes you feel like you're actually in an open area and there's stars above you, which is something really nice and incredible. But to do lighting in general, you have to also pre-wire lighting. So pre-wiring is important. Let me tell you again, you need to pre-wire your sound, you need to pre-wire your projector as well, and you need to pre-wire your lighting. You don't want to end up when after you finish the build, you're like, oh my God, now I'm gonna wire everything, and the wires are gonna be outside, and you could have done it like weeks ago and put all wirings inside the wall or inside or between the foam or whatever your soundproof idea was. So yeah, pre-wire lighting is actually important, guys. It's simple and easy. The next thing is the seats. Let me tell you something. I personally went to a lot of movie theaters, home cinema stores, and I asked them, I'm like, I want some seats. I want to buy some seats. I have a room in my house, and I want some seats for that home cinema room. Guys, it is expensive. Literally, it was so expensive. I was shocked. It was so expensive. They're like, okay, this seat is around 1,500 for one seat. for one seat. 1,500, this is really expensive. Let's say the least you're going to have is 6 seat. That's going to be 9,000 Saudi riyals for only 6 seats, 2 rows, only 6 seats. This is expensive. You don't want to do that. There are a lot of cheap options right there. A lot of cheap options, guys. I found seats that are literally 500 riyals. I found seats that are 600 riyals. So comfortable, guys. You know those type of lazy boy seats? It's not that cheap, guys. It's not that cheap. But once it's a home cinema seat, it is different. You can modify the seats you have already. Just get any type of lazy boy seat. And for the coffee mug or whatever, just go to any factory and just tell them, just put a hole in here and put any cup holder. And that's it. You built yourself a home cinema seat. So do not go and buy a 1,500 or 2,000 riyal seats. No, because there are a lot of cheap options out there. Just search for it. And don't believe me, guys. I know some people say expensive is good and cheap is not good. I know that, but hey, believe me. In this situation, some cheap seats are actually comfortable. I really tried it. I tried it myself, and I have it myself. So yeah, go ahead for the cheaper options. There are a lot out there. Just do not go to a specific home cinema store, because that's where you find the expensive stuff. Okay, guys. Also, last but not least, as they say, is when you have a home theater, you want it to be steps there. You want it to have some stairs. You want it to have 2 rows of seats. There's an easy way to do that, a really easy way to do that, and you can do this actually at your home. And this is something me and one of my friends did at his place. What did we do? We only took wood. Okay, we took wood, we did the first step, and we only had, let's say, covered the first step. And then what did we do? We put sand in it. Yes, we put sand. You're gonna ask why sand? Because sand first can soundproof, and at the same time, it can carry weight. It can carry those seats above it with the people sitting on those seats. Yes. So all we did is we got wood and we put sand. We covered the sand, whether you want it in circle shape, in square shape. We did a square shape, and we put sand in the square, and then we covered the sand from top again with another wooden plate, and that's it. That's what we did. And then just paint it, color it, or have some or just have some rug there. You can do whatever you want. If you want to paint it, you can paint it. If you want to put a rug, you can put a rug. It's a cheap way, a really cheap way, and a really easy way. And then how do you do the second step? The same way. You can do the second step the same way. And that way, you have 2 steps right now for 2 rows of seats. Either you want it 3 rows or 4 rows, 5 rows. It depends how big your room is. And it depends how high the ceiling is, guys. Remember, how high the ceiling is really important, because you don't want to put, let's say you have, for example, a 2-meter height for the ceiling. So you don't want the like people when they're at the second row right there having their heads among the ceiling. No, you don't want that. So keep in mind also how height your room is. Let's say how high your room is. Keep that in mind when you're doing the rows. But again, just wood and sand. That's all you need to do rows. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, it's time to take our second break. We'll be back after it talking more, so stay tuned.
You and I on UFM. You and I. You and I. UFM.
Hello, guys. What is up? And welcome again to your favorite show, You and I, presented by your beloved host, Yasser. Guys, before we went to our break, as you guys heard, we talked a lot about movies, how to make a home cinema. It is something really simple, as you guys heard. It's something easy. I really wish you guys do it. I want you guys to live the experience. It's amazing. And believe me, when you do a home projector or a home theater cinema, oh my God, see how complicated that is? A home cinema room, it is something you can also use if you're a gamer. If you're a gamer, you can actually play. I tried playing on a projector. I tried playing on a 100-inch screen and a 150-inch screen. Guys, it's different. It's something else. It's a whole nother level. It's like you feel you are actually in the actual game. You feel you're actually in the game itself when you're playing. It's so nice, so exciting. You can see every detail depending on how good your projector is. You can see each and single detail in that game, especially if you're also running a really good console or if you're running a gaming PC. That would be even better and better. So you have a lot of uses for it. You can watch your favorite TV shows. You can watch movies. You can play games. There's a lot of good uses in it. And last but not least, guys, do not forget to paint the room. Paint the room the darkest color you can get. I know black is the darkest, but hey, don't go for black, because sometimes you want to turn those lights on. You want to have some popcorn. You want to chill and chat with your friends. So if you had black walls, and even if you turn the lights on, the room will still be dark. So don't go for dark black. You can go for gray. You can go for gray. You can go for a slight darker gray, or some of the dark whites, almost like between gray and white. There's a color. I don't know what its name, but there's a color between white and gray. It's actually amazing and it's nice. When you turn off the lights, it's perfect. And when you turn on the lights, it's also perfect. Let me just remind you guys here fast, give you a brief before we go to our next segment. First thing is choose a good location, frame and insulate that room once you find the room or the location. After you frame and isolate, you should start pre-wiring your sound, your video projector, and also pre-wiring your lighting. After that, just go ahead, prepare your seats. Think how many rows you can get the sand, get the wood, do everything, get those foams. Everything will be perfect. It is easy, simple. I'm going to post this on my Twitter account on how to build a home theater, because I really want you guys to live the experience. Just go ahead on my Twitter account, Yasser_host. I'm going to post this after the show. Okay, guys, let's go into our next segment, which is world records. Setting the world records is something amazing to their owners, and it's something amazing for us to watch and see. How many of you guys like sketching or like drawing? I don't know. I mean, I'm a guy who likes to sketch. I'm not a good, perfect sketcher. No, I'm not. But yeah, I do things every now and then. I like to draw. It's one of my hobbies. I like to draw. Yeah. How many guys of you there like to draw? And my question is, do you guys paint or draw 3D? Do you guys do that? 3D painting or 3D drawings? Those are crazy. They can get really realistic and fool your eye, and you won't even believe that that is an actual drawing. So 3D printing is crazy. I really wish I can reach a level where I can 3D paint. Sorry, not print. But I don't know. Drawing is something, but drawing in 3D is something else. It's different. But why are we talking about painting, Yasser? It's because our first world record here, guys, is all about 3D painting. Remember when we used to see those videos on... You have these WhatsApp groups where they leak those videos for you guys, and you see some people drawing some 3D drawings on the floor, on the ground. So it's like you feel like there's a hole in the ground, and it's actually just a painting. It's just a 3D painting. There are dinosaurs coming out from the ground. There is lava all over the place. They're all 3D painting. Those paintings are amazing and they are incredible. But we have a world record for 3D painting. There is a largest 3D painting world record here. So the world's largest 3D painting is measured at 12,000 square feet. 12,000 square feet. Can you imagine that? A 3D painting, 12,000 square feet. It is located in London. I've been to London myself, but unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to go and see this painting myself. But it is crazy and it is amazing, guys. Watching those 3D paintings is something else. I've seen a lot of 3D paintings. When I went to London, there's actually a museum there. It's a 3D museum. It's crazy. It is crazy. Like literally, when you go inside, you might smash into a wall thinking that there's a room there and it's just a painting. There's nothing. It's just a painting. It is crazy, guys. But hey, a 3D painting had a world record. This is crazy at 12,000 square feet. It is located in London. If you guys went to London and saw this 3D painting, give me a call and tell me where it's located. Okay, guys, our next world record is about sports. It's crazy. It's about sports, but it's crazy at the same time. Let me ask you guys a question, and I want you to answer this question with yourself and tell me. First question is, who is your favorite animal? Okay. If you ask me who's my favorite animal, okay, for example, I'm going to say the lion. Lion is my favorite animal. Okay, here comes the next question. Have you ever tried running like your favorite animal or walking like your favorite animal? Have you ever tried it? Crazy. I mean, I like lions, one of my favorite animals, but hey, I've never ever tried running or doing anything like the lion. Strangely here telling you, there is an actual race, okay? There is a race where they race like one of the animals. Yes, imagine racing while running like an African patas monkey. Yes. There's an African monkey called the patas, and there's a race somewhere in the world where they run as that patas monkey. We all know how monkeys walk. We all know how monkeys run, but we never tried running like monkeys. But hey, there's a world record. There's a 37-year-old man called Takashi Kakubu. Okay. It's a different name. Okay. He's called, like I said, Takashi Kakubu, and he set a new Guinness World Record for running four-legged, which is actually 2 legs and 2 hands because we don't have 4 legs. But yeah, monkeys do. And compared to that, he was running a 4-legged 100-meter race in Tokyo. Running 100 meter like a monkey. A patas monkey, to be more specific. The African patas monkey. Go ahead, search for this, guys, on YouTube. It is crazy. It is crazy. Go ahead and watch that monkey. It's called the patas monkey. Look how he runs, and imagine running like him. But not only running like him, but also racing like him. So you need to be the fastest between the rest of the people racing with you. So yeah, this guy was a 37-year-old guy, like I said, called Takashi Kakubu, and he had the world record for running 100 meter as the patas monkey. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to take our last break of the day, unfortunately. But hey, we'll be back, so stay tuned.
You and I UFM. You and I on UFM. You and I.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What is up? And welcome again to your favorite show, You and I. Guys, I just saw my Twitter, and unfortunately, I've seen one guy who was like, I want to participate in the home cinema section. I was like, okay, you're most welcome, but unfortunately, that segment is done by now, and I really wish you just called our direct number. It's 081111099999. You could have just called that number. I'm really sorry, man, but that segment is gone. But hopefully, yeah, you can still participate tomorrow. We have a really special guest tomorrow, and unfortunately I forgot to tell you something, guys. Tomorrow is going to be our last episode of this season 5. It's been 5 years, guys. 5 years, can you imagine? Unfortunately, tomorrow is going to be our last episode of this season, but hey, we'll be back. Don't go away, we'll be back. So now we've been talking about having home cinema, home theaters, but we didn't give you any movies to watch in those home theaters, right? It's time to give you some movies to watch. So, guys, let me tell you, our first movie, it's actually a family movie. I really hope you guys like family movie. It's one of those movies that you like, let's say, watch with your kids if you have kids. It's not one of those movies that you want to watch with your friends. No. It's something you watch with your kids. Unfortunately, it's actually based on an old movie. Let me give you the name here so you can, like, say, understand what I'm talking about. It's called Dolittle. Known as Dr. Dolittle back in the... When was the first one? I don't know. I don't remember if it was in the 12,000s or the 90s. I'm not sure. But hey, the original version is called Dr. Dolittle. It was a comedy one. It was actually nice. It was incredible. This one is called Dolittle. When it first announced, I was like, wow, Dolittle. This is like Dr. Dolittle. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to go watch it. It's going to be funny. It's going to be so funny based on the original one. But when I went there, it's actually not bad. But like I told you, it's a kids movie. It's something you want to go ahead and watch with your kids. I think it's still in the theater here. It was launched in the 16th of January 2020 here in Saudi Arabia, which is new. It's a 2020 movie. It's based on a doctor called Dolittle, and this doctor actually has a way to communicate with animals. He can talk with animals. So imagine how fun that is to your kids. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be interesting. The movie, unfortunately, is rated 5.6 in IMDb. Unfortunately, 5.6 because, like I told you, it's a kids movie, so not a lot of people are going to like this movie. But the best thing is that the actual doctor himself is Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr., known from the Avengers, known as Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. is actually the star of this movie, guys. It's called Dolittle. It's an adventure comedy family movie. I don't remember seeing any comedy in it, guys. It's funny for the kids. It's funny for the kids. Like if you're, let's say, 10 years and under, probably 15 years and under, it's going to be funny for you. But for me, it's not that funny to be categorized as a comedy movie. But hey, it's categorized as adventure, comedy, and family movie. It's a 1 hour and 40-minute long movie. It's nice. It's incredible. It's called Dolittle 2020. Go ahead and watch it. Okay, guys, Majid here just talked about something when we were talking about speaking about animals. Ace Ventura, guys. I don't know if you guys know that movie, but it is one of the craziest movies when it comes to animals. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. There's one called Pet Detective, and there's the previous one. It was in 1994. It was too old, but it's still crazy. I watched this movie like maybe 3 years ago. Almost 2 or 3 years ago, and I was still laughing. Jim Carrey, man, he is crazy. Jim Carrey, he's crazy. I mean, even look, let me just post this on open IMDb here and check Ace Ventura Pet Detective. Like I said, 1994. The movie is rated 6.9. Almost 7, which is crazy. Guys, 7 on IMDb is something amazing. Believe me, if you have rated 7 on IMDb, you're good. You're good. Go ahead and watch the movie. But yeah, give it a shot. Ace Ventura and Dolittle. If you're watching with your friends, watch Ace Ventura. If you're watching with your kids, go watch Dolittle. That's the deal here. The next movie is called Code 8. Code 8. It's actually a nice movie. It's based on, I'll try my best here not to ruin the storyline. It is about technology. It's something related to the future. Okay, it's an action crime drama, and it has an imaginary side to it. I know I told you guys I'm not an action fan, but this movie is actually categorized as action, crime, and drama. So there's drama in it. Go ahead and watch it. If you see these categories in movie, go ahead and watch it if it has drama in it. It's called Code 8. It was released at the 6th of December 2019. And it is still in the theaters now. You can go watch it. I actually watched this movie 2 weeks ago, or maybe a week ago. It's based on the future, about technology, about robots, how we will be in, let's say, 10, 20 years from now. This is the tech side of it. The imaginary side of it is that there were characters. I mean, the characters or the actors in the movie, they had powers. So let's say, for example, I'm an electrician. If I'm an electrician, I'm going to have a power of getting electricity out of my body. This is what the movie is based on. If I'm, let's say, a heavy duty guy, I will have the power of carrying heavy stuff without even feeling how heavy those stuff are. So it's called Code 8. Go ahead and watch it. Rated 6.1 on IMDb. It's not that long, actually. It's a 1 hour and 30-minute long movie. Like I said, categorized as action, crime, and drama. Released at the 6th of December 2019. Code 8. Go ahead, give it a try and watch it. Okay, guys. We only have 2 movies today, actually. But the third thing I'm going to talk about is something I was shockingly saw. Remember Avengers? A lot of people love Avengers. If you guys recall Avengers, it's a superhero movie. It's actually nice, and maybe it's one of the only action movies that I actually watch because there is a really long distance storyline based on it. It has a long distance storyline. Like, for you to understand the Avenger, you had to had watched what? Captain America, the Pathfinder. If you're a gamer out there, you know what I'm talking about. You're gonna have to watch, let's say, Captain America. You're gonna have to watch what else? What is it called? Black Panther. I was gonna say the Pink Panther. Yeah, Black Panther. I was shocked there. Black Panther, Hulk, Iron Man. You had to watch a lot of movies for you to understand the actual series of the Avengers. But the last series of the Avengers was called The Endgame. And I talked about this last year. It was called The Endgame. And when you watch that, if you watch that, you should understand by now that was actually the Endgame. That was actually the end game. So there's no more Avengers. Shockingly, guys, yesterday when I was browsing the internet, I saw that they are leaking and making Avengers 5. Avengers 5. Oh my God. This was shocking to me, guys. It was so shocking to me because I was like you guys, understood that, okay, I don't want to say... Hey, listen, if you guys watch the movie, close your ears right now because I'm gonna ruin this for you. If you guys if you didn't watch the movie, close your ears right now because I'm gonna say the most important part about this movie. So don't listen to what I'm saying for the next 1 minute. So yeah, when I watched that movie, guys, when I saw Iron Man died, I was like, oh my God, okay, this is it. This is the end. It is actually the end. That's why they call it Endgame. Iron Man was gone. He's done. No more Iron Man. No more villains. Everything is back to normal. This is it. It's the end game. But unfortunately, or not unfortunately, fortunately, luckily, I heard they were leaking a Avengers 5 and it's going to be called Avengers Game Over. It's going to be called Avengers Game Over. They're actually working on it right now. It's going to be released at 2022. Probably at 2022. If those leaks are correct, it's going to be called Avengers Game Over. Oh, I mean, I can't imagine how that's going to be. If Iron Man is gone, Avengers is gone. But hey, let's wait. Maybe it's actually game over time. You never know. Okay, guys, unfortunately, it is time to end this. But before we do, let me tell you something. Tomorrow is going to be our last episode. And for the last episode, I actually wanted to have a guest that will help us all with the amount of information he had. So our guest tomorrow is going to be an English teacher. Yes, he's going to be an English teacher. So if you guys have any questions, just write them down on my Twitter account. It's going to be Yasser_host, YASSER_HOST. Just send me a direct message with your question so I can ask him tomorrow. Anything you want to ask, let's say how to learn English, what is the easiest way, what is the perfect sentence, meaning of sentences, whatever you guys want, just go ahead and ask and I will ask him tomorrow. And don't miss out tomorrow's episode as well, guys. 5 to 6 p.m. the perfect timing for all of us. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Movie theaters, guys, home cinema. Make yourself a home cinema. Unfortunately, it is time to end this, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I see you again tomorrow with our guest. Stay tuned, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
On UFM, you and I.